mean, I've tried hundreds and hundreds of jury trials. I've probably tried more jury trials than any lawyer you know. We are a go-to firm for the little man. We are the people that you can come to when you're looking for justice.
Now's the best time to experience Mazda during the season of inspiration at Team Mazda. For a limited time, make no payments for 90 days on your new Mazda. That's right. Shop now, choose your new Mazda, and make no payments for 90 days at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
It was like literally Final Destination, like you were in the middle of a war zone and there was nowhere to go.
Farron Hill was headed to work from Gonzales to Hammond just like every other day. But October 23, 2023 has now become a day forever etched in her mind. With her co-worker in the car alongside, the duo went through Laplace hoping to stop for breakfast on the way to work, but that did not work out. So the two continued towards Hammond and got on I-55 headed north.
When we got on the bridge, it was different. It wasn't it was more foggy, but wasn't the same atmosphere as prior to going to the bridge. So I texted one of my bosses and I'd said, you know, like, we can't really see far in front of us. We're going to be going slow, but we're on our way.
Hill remembers that exactly 8 minutes later, traffic came to a complete stop. She says there appeared to be a fender bender in front of them. Given the fog and marsh fire smoke, visibility was next to impossible. So she turned around to see if the car behind them would also stop. It did, but the big rig behind it could not. There began her nightmare.
The first 18-wheeler hit us and I told my coworker, I said, we've got to run. I didn't realize that I was stuck. My left leg was stuck. And so as I'm pulling my left leg unstuck, I said, let me look again. And I turned around because I could hear slapping. And that's the only thing I could describe is slapping. I turned around and I looked, and when I looked, I seen the second 18-wheeler coming. It was a blue 18-wheeler. And I was like, this is not happening again, Lord.
In that moment, Hill realized she could not just stay put. She had to find a way out because it meant the difference between life or death.
Fight or flight. You have to go. You don't have a choice. You know, like, you can't let this be it. So I pulled myself out of the passenger window and I put my right foot onto the concrete barricade and I pushed myself up over the top onto the roof of the car and slid down the hood. And the car was catching fire.
Not sure where to go, she remembers looking over the bridge and even considering jumping. But terrified of water, she decided she had to run.
As I'm running down 55, there's this older white gentleman that came running up, and he was like, stop, the southbound lane's on fire. And I was like, what? Like, I could still see the car where I was running from, and I seen the 18-wheeler on fire, and then I seen the other one, and it was just in both south and north. I had chills. South and northbound, all you could hear was just pop, 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 pop. And it was like literally Final Destination, like you were in the middle of a war zone and there was nowhere to go.
What this mother of three did not know at the time was that over 150 vehicles were involved in a massive pileup in both the northbound and southbound lanes with multiple crashes. Some of the crashes eventually started a fire, destroying everything in its path and even damaging I-55. 7 people died in total. More than 24 people were transported to hospitals all over the place with varying injuries, Hill being one of them. But given the circumstances, each ambulance was taking as many people as it could.
It was me and 5 other people in the vehicle, in the Acadian with us. We were called the green lights. They had green, yellow, and red. Green was the more okay people. I know that my neck and my back were hurt.
It's been 2 months since that horrific day, but the impacts are lasting.
It was very traumatizing. I don't want to get out of bed. I think that family is super important. I think that you don't ever know, you know? I think that that's scary.
She did not drive for 2 weeks. The first sight of fog made her relive the day. Every time she looks in a rearview mirror, she thinks an 18-wheeler is about to hit her. But when she thinks back to that day, she says she's
thankful, blessed. There's a God. And everybody, I almost selfish, I guess, you know? And I don't mean to be I just keep thinking of my kids.
And also thinking of those who did not make it out alive, but wanting one main question answered.
I think that bridge should have been closed. I think that if anyone higher up than the public, the general public, knew that there was a super fog and that was a combination of smoke and fog and there were marshland fires, that should have been shut down and those people wouldn't have lost their lives. I would have never been on it personally.
With Unfiltered with Karen, reporting in Gonzales, Louisiana, I'm Karen Chawla.